Hi guys, if you have a Laravel application which is hosted on the server and you want to see its stats, that what are the logs, what are the queries, and you want to see its performance, right? So this video is for you. So in this video we will install this package which will give us a result that how many pages user are visiting, then what are the logs, what are the exceptions. You can also see the exception if something went wrong in your application. You can also see your commands, queues, and so on things. So how we can do this? So Laravel provide us, this one is a Laravel Telescope official package, so you can install this and then you can see the stats, right? So I came on this documentation, and here this one is a command composer require Laravel Telescope. Just go to your project. I'm here in the terminal now. I'm going to say composer require Laravel slash telescope and hit enter. So this will install the Laravel Telescope for us, right? And what are the else thing is basically it will pull it from the composer, and then we need to install this and migrate this its table. And then we don't need, this one is for only dev purposes. If you want to install this only for development purposes. And after Telescope you should remove Telescope service provider registration your application config and so on things. You can also do something like this. Okay, it's installing and generating the files in a minute and everything is good. We can also, after publishing Telescope asset located at config, you can also enable your published things. Okay, data pruning, and we are not going to cover this so much things. We want to just review our application stats, right? So now when you will install this package, Laravel add routes to review this telescope. So what are the routes? So if you go to your application, and here you will visit the telescope, and then Laravel will open this telescope dashboard for you, something like this, right, where you can see your all of the requests and so on things. So just wait for a few moments to complete this process, and then I'll show you that how we can open that telescope. Okay, so just go here, go to this documentation and find more. So after that we will execute this PHP artisan telescope install. Okay, it's almost installed and copying its file, and yes, it's now completed. I'm going to clear this out and pasted my command. It's publishing that telescope service provider and so on things. Perfect. And then we need to migrate this if you want to migrate. So it's added a telescope entries table. If I go here and visit my database, refresh, and you can see this telescope entries. So it's added this these three tables, this one, UIDs, monitoring, and so on things, right? Just go here, and so when you will type this telescope, okay, so when you will type this telescope and hit enter, so it will open the telescope dashboard, right? It's a pretty dashboard where you can see all of your requests and so on thing. We'll explore them here. First, there one is a request section, right? Say you have a Laravel application and you are visiting its let's say home page. So I'm returning 404, returning the 404 page. So it will show you that yes, you can see this, it's returning 404 page. You have visited the slash page, and what it returned, it's returning 404 page. And furthermore, you can also see its more details here, and you can also see this here in the exceptions. If I click on that, no, this one is a different exceptions, like you are doing something and it's throwing any exception. So here you can see it's more details here, something like this. What are the view it's expecting, it's returning this view, and it's, you can see this also session response and so on things, right, in the request. And now you can see all of the commands here which you are running. So by default it's running something like this. This one is a fresh installation of Laravel. Then you have any scheduled jobs, non-things and badges. Here you will see the cache. If you remember any of the cache, let's say if I go here and let's say cache remember something like this. Key would be test key, and remember what I want to remember here. Name equal diet, let's say name equal diet, and give it a save. Let's go here, refresh, and if I go here, just click on this cache and showing nothing. Cache remember. Okay, cache remember for ever. This one is also method. Let's get refresh here, and still it's not getting the cache. Let's reload it here, and sometimes it takes time to load the things. And here you can see all of your dumps. Let's say I'm going here, cached here, just give it a say. Let's get refresh, and you can see all of your dumps here. Anything you are dumping, you will see it here. Then you will see events, then exceptions. So at that time we don't have any exception, so let's say I'm going to say that instead of cache I'm going to say ashe. So let's refresh it, and you will see this exception here in a minute. No, it's not throwing exception. What the hell? Okay, just say user found something like this, so this will throw the exception definitely. Refresh, and yes, throwing the exception, but it's not loading that exception. So sometimes it takes time to load the data. So basically exceptions are you are doing something and it's returning unexpected. You miss something at the top, you miss the namespace, right? So let's say this user don't have any namespace, and I'm going to call it's found something, or just find. It will throw exception that this user not found. Oh my god, I'm visiting the home page, so it's not going inside it. Sorry guys. If I go here, and it should be post slash create, so it would be the post slash create. Just go here, and yes, it's throwing the exception, and you can see this. So now exception is there. Dump cache would be also there. No, it's still not there. Anyway, our exceptions are not there. You can see this. We can find more details about the exceptions, where it's throwing, on which controller. You can also see its message exactly, right? So it's a lot of things. Then you can see your logs file. So what are the logs? Let's say I want to create a log here. Let's say I want to create log info. I am log. Okay, so this will be logged. Just go here, refresh, and it's throwing the cache issue too. Cache namespace is also not at the top, so that's why it's not working. Or if I go here, what would be the namespace? Illuminate support slash facade slash cache. So let's get refresh, and yes, it's working now. Okay, TTL. It's let me type its key, something like this. Remember forever except 2 argument. Okay, just remove that, just use this remember. Okay, using that, if I go here on the cache, you can see this. Now it's returning that cache. I now go to the logs section, so it's not creating any log. Just comment this out. Here we can try different kinds of log, danger, info, and so on things. Let's get refresh, and cannot monolog log danger. Oh, it's a, you can use alert, right? It's executed. We can also use error, right? Let's get refresh, and you can here you can see this I'm log. Now it's printing the log, loading new events. Let's get refresh, and you can see this now it's showing that all of the logs here, right? Furthermore, you can review their more details, right? And in this way you can show the logs. These logs are more important. Then you can see all of your mails here. If you will send any mail, so it will be tracked here. Main important thing is logs, your exceptions, your dumps, right? And then your request, which page user is visiting. So these are more important. So in this way you can check your application logs by visiting this telescope. So if you like this video, click the like button and share your feedback. And if you want to get these more videos like this, subscribe this channel. Bye bye.